What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another day in the summer season in Forza Horizon 4. So, before we get absolutely demolished by whatever that was, we're riding around in our Volkswagen GRC Beetle that we unlocked in the last video. If you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out. Definitely was on the struggle bus with that cross-country event. So today we're going to be jumping in and taking care of another one of the seasonal championships. And I think today we're going to go ahead and knock out Boiling Point. So that is the dirt championship that unlocks the 2004 Honda Civic hatchback. So you can see the car class restriction is B700 and it needs to be retro rally. So I've already set up some cars, so we're gonna go ahead and jump to the entrance there and get that started. All right, let's see what kind of races we're doing here. So 2 circuit races and a sprint race.
Have fun out there.
All right, so our first car is going to be the 1983 Audi Sports Quattro. So we're going to jump into it, start up that first race. All right, here we go. So again, we're in the Audi Sports Quattro. Each of these cars does have a tune on it, and I will be putting the share code of the tunes that I'm using up on the screen at the beginning of each of the races. If you're new to the channel, my name is Brandon, and this is Bomb Gaming. And when you do these events, you don't have to use 3 cars. I do it just for the sense of adding some content, or useful content into these videos. Because not everybody will have all the cars that I've got. So if you don't have this Audi, we're going to be using 2 other cars that you might have. But basically what I do at the end is I give a recommendation on the tunes, whether they're good or not. And last video was kind of a good example of that. If you haven't seen that, again, go check that out. I'm definitely on the struggle bus. It was just a hard event in general, it seemed. But nonetheless, doing a lot better in this one. So looking good. But again, my name is Brandon, this is Bomb Gaming, and this is one of the weekly festival playlist videos that I do every Thursday. When the festival playlist resets, I go through and start making videos on every single one of the events. So if you want to stay tuned for that, definitely get subscribed to the channel. I'm definitely looking forward to Horizon 5 coming out. The channel is definitely going to be just absolutely flooded with content for that. So if you want to see that when it comes out in November, again, get subscribed because we'll be playing through every bit of it. So we're doing good in this car, so I'm going to go ahead and jump towards the end of the race, just because there's no sense in you watching me go around 2 more times. Well, 1.5, I guess, but we'll see you towards the end of the race. Alright, we're coming around the last turn here. We definitely have a huge gap on the drivatars, so this is definitely a good enough tune to use. So if you've got that Audi Quattro, again, definitely a good one to use. You can see we got 20 points for the championship, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the second race and jump into our next car. All right, here we go into the next race. We're doing the Ambleside Scramble, and we are in the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 6 GSR, and the share code for the tune will be up on the screen now. We've used this car previously for a few of the seasonal events. And I think it even has the same tune on it as the last time we used it, so it's definitely a weathered legend in the sense of me using it. Not driving it too great right now, back in 5th, but if you don't have this car, you can get it for free if you've never bought it. You may need to go check the Steam store or the Windows store, because they released a free Mitsubishi DLC. And if you have that, it's free for you to get in the auto show. So there's a few Mitsubishis that are in the auto show for free, so definitely go check that out. Definitely worth your time. And again, it's like something that I use pretty regularly in these videos, especially when there's a Dirt Series race for B or A class. So definitely a good car to use. And one of the reasons I like using it is the accessibility of it being, you know, free for anybody as long as you go and download that DLC, which is again free DLC. So if you don't have it, you're just missing out on free content for the game. Some free cars, so definitely go check that out. Again, it may be in the Windows Store if you've got the Windows edition, or the Xbox Store if you have Xbox, I guess. And then on Steam, it's just if you go to the store page, you can find it there. So, but it's doing, you know, as good as it always does. This is kind of a tight course, so if it does good here, it's gonna do good on the other two races. The only issue it really has is coming through here, but that's more of a driving ability thing with me. Right here, I'm just ripping the handbrake and holding down the gas to get around that turn, so definitely a good car to use, and again, it should be free. If you've gotten it out of the store before, I think you might have to buy it at that point, but you can probably find them in the auto show or the auction house pretty cheap as well, so definitely go check that out. But we are coming up on the finish line on race number 2. There we go. And it's a good looking car. Just throwing that out there too. So that's 2 races down. That'll get us 20 more points in the championship standing. So you can see we're at 40 points total. So now we're gonna go jump into the final event and our final car. All right, here we go with the Derwent Water Trail. This is the sprint race. So we're jumping into the Subaru Impreza 22B. This is another car that is easily accessible if you still have it. It is a barn find in the game, so you know, everybody should have it at least once in their playthrough. I don't know if it's selling cheap on the auction house, so that might be something to check out if you don't have it and want to use it, but it's another car that I commonly use on Dirt Series events for the seasonal events, just because it's, you know, a really good car. And that guy's, okay, that's a Lancia. For some reason I thought that was a Ferrari, and I don't know why, but yeah, another good car. I'll put the share code back at the beginning of the race. I forgot to mention that, but for the tune that I'm using, it's a good tune. I'm pretty sure it's the same tune that I've used in other B-class events, because I don't remember having, I don't think I had to pay anything to put it back on. So pretty consistent tune, and it just handles really well. Oh wow, we like absolutely left them in the dust once we got by them. So easy car to drive, definitely a good suggestion, or a good car to use. Any of the 3 cars that we've used today with the tunes that I've used have been you know, great easy cars to drive, much easier than the cross-country event that we did in the last video. So any of them will work. I think the Lancer might have my heart, just because it's just one of my cars that I absolutely love. So but we're about halfway through this race. I don't think anything else interesting is gonna happen, so we'll just jump towards the end of it. Right in the final corner. Got a pretty good lead on the Drivatar still, so go in a little bit of style. There we go. We got 20 more points. That gets us 60 in total on the championship. If you're doing these, make sure you do all 3 of the events that are related to the championship. And that's how you will complete boiling points and any of the seasonal championships. We did get all 3 stars because we placed first against highly skilled Drivatars, and that gets us the 2004 Honda Civic hatchback. Alright, so that's how you unlock the 2004 Honda Civic, and it's actually the Type-R, so pretty neat there. I hope you guys did enjoy the video or found it helpful. If you did, definitely leave a like on the video. Let me know down below in the comments if you found a car and or tune that you think might be better to use, because it doesn't just help me, that helps everybody that potentially watches this video. There's also a link in the description for the Discord server for the channel. That's a good place to go share tunes as well as find tunes and find people to play with, whether it be the seasonal events like the trial and the playground games, or if you're just looking for somebody to play the game in general with. It's a good way to get connected. But other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will see you in the next video.